Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, GHA family and friends. We are back with another homework helper video. And this one is for 5th grade. We're in module 2. It's lesson 12. So I'm going to read the directions and I'm going to get us started. Okay? So number 1 has an A and a B. So I'll do one of those and we can work on it. So it says estimate. Another word for estimate is round. So I'm going to write that on the board, but let me finish. It says, then solve using the standard algorithm. You may draw an area model if it helps you. All right, so the first question, A is 24 times 2.31. All right. So in this situation, we are multiplying. So let's go ahead and round our two numbers. 24, if we look at the 2, and then we go next door, it's a 4. And a 4 is less than 5, so we're going to round down to the nearest 10, which is 20. Here, we're going to look at the 2, and when we go next door, it's a 3. And the 3 is less than 5, so we're going to round down to the nearest 1. So this is going to be 2. Okay? So 20 times 2, we take our non-zero numbers and multiply them. 2 times 2 is 4. And then we have 1 0 in our equation that we have to add to our product. Our product is 40, the answer to a multiplication problem. Now we're going to solve the actual problem in standard algorithm. So we're going to write it vertically. So we'll put the number with the more digits on top and put our 24 down below. Got to make sure you line it up. So our first step is to take the 4 and multiply by everything you see up top. So we have 4 times 1, 4 times 3, 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 1 is 9. Our next step is to add a 0 spacer. And then we can move on to the 2 and multiply by everything up top. So we have 2 times 1, which is 2, and 2 times 3, which is 6, and 2 times 2 is 4. Our final step to find the product is to add. So we're going to take our partial products and add them together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 2 is also 4. 9 plus 6 is 15, so we put our ones place down and we carry the tens place. 1 plus 4 is 5. All right, and we're not quite done. We have to go and check how many digits are to the right of the decimal and reflect that in our product. So we have 55.44. Okay, so that's your first example. We'll go to the second page. And number 2 has A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and a H. So we got a few. I'm going to find one and do a difficult one for you. Okay, so here we have some 3-digit by 3-digit multiplication. We have G. Everybody can look at G. We have 6.09 times 208. So we're going to round that and estimate the product, and then we're going to actually solve. All right. So we have 6.09 times 208. So we need to round these numbers first. Okay, so we look next, if we look at the 6, when we go next door, there's a 0. So that should be very easy. We're gonna round down to 6, okay? The nearest one is 6. Here, when we look at the 2, when we go next door, there's a 0. So that should be very easy. We're gonna round down to the nearest 100, which is 200. So we have 6 times 200. Our non-zero numbers here are 6 and 2. So we know that 6 times 2 gives us 12. And then we have 2 zeros to add to our product. So we know 200 times 6, or 6 times 200 is 1200. Okay? So now we're going to solve the actual problem in standard algorithm. So it doesn't matter which number you put on top because they both have 3 digits. Okay, so our first step is to take our 8 and multiply by everything up top. So we have 8 times 9 to 72. We put our 1's place down, carry our 10's place. 8 times 0 is 0, plus that 7 gives us 7. Then we have 8 times 6, just 48. We have nowhere to carry, so we can put our whole 48 down. Now we need a 0 spacer so that we can move on to the 0. We know everything times 0 is 0, so we have 3 zeros to add. 0 times 9, 0 times 0, and 0 times 6. All right, now before we begin to add, we have to move over to the 2. So we need 2 0 spacers to move us over place value, move our place value over. So now we can take the 2 and multiply by everything up top. So 9 times 2 is 18. We put our 1's place down, carry our 10's place. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 gives us 1. And then we have 2 times 6, which gives us 12. We have nowhere to carry, so we put it below. Last step is to add these together. 2 plus nothing is 2. 7 plus nothing is 7. Then we have 8 plus 8 gives us 16, so we're going to put our 1's place down, carry our 10's place. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 more gives us 6. And then we have 0 plus 2 and 0 plus 1. Now we still have to go back, check how many digits we have to the right of the decimal, and reflect that in our product. So we have 1,266.72, which is very close to our estimate. So that's how we know that we have our answer correct. Okay, have a good evening.